Hi everybody, sanibonani. Welcome to my channel. Igama lami Mdletshe, and on this channel siyasibuka ama-reality shows ethu ala eMzansi bese sizala sizokhuluma ngawo lama shows. Siyaphinda-ke futhi sikhulume ngama-celebrities kanye nama-YouTubers ethu ala eMzansi. You guys, of course, when I did the review of Real Housewives of Durban season 3, episode 3, I did not finish it. Not that I did not finish it. I finished the review, but when I was actually editing the video was not complete. I actually realized there's two scenes that I talked about that is not on the video. Guys, ask any YouTuber. We go through stuff like that. And I was already posting the video while I was at work, and when I realized that it was basically too late for me to sit down and do the two scenes, so I was like, okay, it's fine, let me post the video because people were already waiting for the review, and then I will give you these two scenes in this review. Unfortunately, this has to be a voiceover, you guys, but we can still have fun with the voiceovers. All right, so you guys, listen. Ulonde London came to say goodbye. This episode, I think she came to explain herself, and then and be accountable for the stuff that she didn't share last season. And then she also came to say goodbye because, of course, she's not part of the show. She is the friend of. Okay, so in this scene, she sitting down with Annie. She goes to Annie's house just to say goodbye. She says she's been in Durban long enough. She can't wait to get out of Durban. And I imagine, you guys, that the memories when she's in Durban are of her relationship, the life that she was about to build in Durban, and now she's going back to Witbank to be with her mom, with her kids. And she was quite emotional about it, you guys. But like I said in my last video, sometimes with her, I'm not sure if she's crying about losing all of this stuff or she's crying about losing her relationship. But nonetheless, she's crying, okay? She's emotional about something, okay? And so she does her goodbyes and all of that. They hug and they go. Listen, you guys, I do feel like Annie is going through something. And one of the viewers did say with Annie when she was crying, because when they were sitting down and hugging there with Sorisha in the other scene, she was crying with Lonely London. Okay, she was crying with Lonely London, which is not Annie. I was like, what show am I watching? Because Annie never cries about anybody's problems. Annie don't care about anybody's problems. But this season, Annie feels different. Okay, she's sad about something. So it almost feels like she is crying in these scenes with Lonely London. She's using Ama scenes with Lonely London to cry about her stuff because obviously there's stuff that is going on with Annie that she's not sharing, not willing to share, but she's sad about something. She can't hide the sadness. Okay, and I doubt it's about people talking about her eye, you know because really she is a meanie. She talks about other people, so people are going to talk about her. I just feel like something is going on. So it seems like she might be crying with Lonely London, but she's not crying about Lonely London's problems. She's crying about her own problems. And one day we're gonna be tired of waiting for Annie to share, because it's obvious that something is going on, but she's just not giving it to us. Okay, so in this scene too, she seems to be very sad for Lonely London, but I don't think that it's all the way about Lonely London. Okay, so now the next thing is like the party comes, celibacy party for Unonku. It comes, you guys. And of course, the producers are always going to make the party, the owner of the party or the host of the party, to be the one that comes late. They do that all the time, except when it's Sorisha who's throwing a party, and when it's Jojo that's throwing a party. I don't know what they're trying to say about our black girls, okay? But Noku is always late in everything, okay? Anyway, so Noku is not there yet. They arrived at where the party is supposed to be, which I assume it's Noku's house, but it's outside. It's an outdoor party. So they arrive. The Maria and her side chick arrive. I don't know why she brings that guy everywhere, honestly. I don't know. So they arrive at the party, and then Jojo arrives, and then Jojo starts talking about the fact that her and Sane and Noku had met, and Usane had said some things about Eni, okay, the fact that Eni has slept her way to the mansion, okay, guys, this is something that has been said online on Twitter and everything, but nobody has ever said that on the show, because Usane did say, listen, Eni vele ube ne-way till to get where she got, okay, and you know, I understand why she thinks that. But anyway, even now, and I guess she admitted in the way, even though she did not say, "Good, I slept my way to the mansion." But obviously, she did say she was a dancer at the club, met her husband, became his PA, and then they started dating, and and then they got married. So it's not all the way a lie, but the way the Rusane is going to say it is just going to be like in a way that nobody would say it. Okay. So she's talking about that to Jojo, and like I said, Jojo, we should just start calling her uvovo liyavuza, because liyavuza lela vovo leliyani, umlomo awuvaleki, but it's just that she's becoming any in a sense that she's always talking, but she's never talking about her own stuff. She's always talking about what the other person did, what the other person said, and starting a mess, and then at the end she's standing there like acting innocent. I did not say that. Oh my god, I did not say that. Okay, she's meeting a different person here, because one thing about Tusane, she will throw you under the bus. Okay, she's not going under the bus alone. You are coming with her. So if you come for Sane, be ready, George. Okay. So she's telling the story. Sane arrives. It's a little bit awkward. Umuntu mayefika kanti kade nihleba ngaye. Now you don't know what to say. And then she arrives. When she arrives, Usane, because Maria was still wondering, what's kanti lo Sane umuntu onjani lo enikhuluma ngaye? It doesn't look like she's a nice person. It doesn't, because Maria was not at Sorisha's party, okay? And also when they were talking, you guys, George was telling Maria and the sidekick ukuthi they had talked about Annie, the sidekick, and Maria like, but Jojo, aren't you friends with Annie? She's like, yeah, but that means that you need to tell Annie. Why? In a way, they were saying, why are you telling us? What someone was talking about your friend, go and tell your friend. Basically, that's what they were saying. So they were asking, so are you going to tell your friend? And eventually she's like, yeah, I guess I will have to tell Annie. I think they were just trying to say to her, you are being messy right now, because the person that you should be telling this to is your friend or Eddie, not us, okay? So Usane arrives, obviously awkward because they were talking about her. Now she starts talking up to them, because now it's weird. If she stops talking about Usane, it's gonna seem like she was gossiping about Usane now, over and above the fact that she was gossiping about Sane and Annie. She's like, no, we were talking about what you said at the party about Annie. And then Usane loses me, because Usane is like, huh, what did I say? Remember at the at the lunch or breakfast or whatever they were having with Nonku and Jojo, when they were telling her what she had said about Ulondi London, she did say, what did I say? Did I say that? Now she's doing the same, like, oh, I said that. Oh, okay. I was like, amnesia iningi kule season, honestly. And she's like, I said that. Did I say that? And then, but then, she said, but Jojo, the reason I talked about Ueni is because you and Nonku were talking about Ueni. You guys were talking about your friend, and then I added on that. Now I'm like, but Sane, you just said that you don't remember saying what you said about Ueni. How do you remember what Jojo and Nonku said, but you don't remember what you yourself said? That just didn't make sense. It was like Uvovolia Voza talking to a person that had part amnesia, which is Usane, and they just all look stupid now, because they both obviously remember the conversation, because Usane is not all the way wrong when she says you were the one that was talking about Nino Nonku, because they were. Unonku was the one that started that conversation and said, we as Paramisa, she looks down on people and everything. Yes, Ujojo didn't make a contribution, but she was not not defending her friend Eni. She was not saying, no, but Nonku, you can't say that about Eni or whatever. She was like, okay, yeah, And then Usane added to that, Vele, she looks down on people because Naye, she slept her way to that mention. She was a lousy PA or whatever, and then now she is the wife, whatever, however way that she put it. Okay, so Sunday is like, yeah, Jojo, you were talking about it. Jojo throws the tantrum. Now I was not the one. I was not the one that talked about it. I was not. I was not talking about any and all of that. Okay, fine. So it gets to a part where actually Usorisha arrives too, and then they're sitting there. First, it looks like everything is gonna be peaceful until Jojo decides. I don't know. Jojo is like she's so messy this season. She pulls Usorisha aside to tell her in the bagasane and Usane had said this about Eni. Usorisha, remember, she had already said that she doesn't like the present Gasane, so she's gonna walk out every time that Usane comes in at the event. So when Jojo tells her that, Sorisha decides, this is it, I don't want to be around this woman, I'm leaving. That also shocks me because Usane, when she explains it, she says Sorisha knew her before, but Sorisha acts like she hardly knows Usane. It's like she just met her at one event and she invited her, but Usane is saying something different in her video. She said no, she knows Sorisha. They had met a couple of times, and she's the one that invited her to the first event. Now Sorisha is acting like she doesn't know Sana, she doesn't know anything about Sana. She's not gonna be spending time with Sana. It's a crazy thing. It's a crazy thing, you guys. So Usorisha ends up leaving. Of course, Jojo goes back to tell the others what Usorisha left because she was telling her about what Ulona says. Oh, by the way, I think actually conflicts got Jojo kanye nosane started after Sorisha left. When Jojo came back to say this is why Sorisha left, and then Usane is like but you were also talking about N. Okay, listen, you guys. Jojo might be messy, but I do feel like, okay, maybe she is also being pushed by, the crew to say, have a conversation with this person about this, have a conversation about this person about this. You can never really know about the reality show producers. But at the same time, I do feel like they never, even if they prompt you to do something, they can never really force you. You are still a willing participant in the mess. So if you end up appearing as a messy person, you are partly messy. You are partly messy. So Jojo is being messy this season. There is a diary session where she even says, hey, I don't know what, but it's like I just couldn't shut up. So she even admits for herself that she couldn't really keep her mouth shut. Okay, so they get into that. I feel like Jojo is gonna have a hard time defending herself to Eni because obviously if she tells Eni this is what Usane said, and Eni is confronting Usane, obviously Usane is gonna say, but now you were there, you were talking about your friend. And it's gonna be hard to defend that because then Jojo can say, but I didn't say anything, but to anybody might be like, but you were sitting there listening to them talk about me. Are we friends or are we not? And she's caught up, because obviously her bestie is Unoku in the situation, but she's still trying to be friends with Eni, with Usorisha. But I don't know, you guys, she might really honestly have an issue with Eni no Sorisha in trying to keep a friendship with Unoko because obviously Unoko is having an issue with Eni, Unoko is having an issue with Sorisha. She is caught in the middle. It's a difficult place to be when you are in a friendship, you guys. So that was the episode for today. Anyway, you guys, in the next episode, you guys, we're gonna get to see Usli talk about Nonko's man, which I don't think is a good idea because if you are having an issue in your friendship with your friend and you're not in the best place with your friend, it's not gonna work for you to try and warn them about this man that is supposed to be a swingler. By the way, you guys, that guy, and as guys, he gives me the creeps. Okay, I'm hoping that the feelings that we are having about him, that we are all wrong because I want love for Noku, but angimthandisisi lo wabhuti lo. Anyway, you guys, that was all for the second part of the review. Tell me what you think about it. Overall, you guys, of course, Real Housewives of Durban is still very much watchable. It's still very much entertaining. Of course, you can pick up here and there the messiness of the producers, and with Sane's video coming out, of course, now we can pick up the messiness of the editors as well. But they've done a good job of trying to entertain us and giving us some storylines. I hope that they're not only going to give us the storylines that are like the mess, that we're going to get real stuff too about their lives, what they do, their families, and all of that. Anyway, thank you so much for watching this video. Please like it before Pumegiona, share it with your friends, with your family, and even with strangers. Ntando. kakhulu.